Hi everybody, welcome back to the kitchen. I've got kind of a quick one for you today. I make my own blue cheese salad dressing. Now, blue cheese to me is kind of the forgotten salad dressing. When you go to the grocery store, you see rows and rows and rows of ranch. And, then there's some of the oil and vinegars and some of those things. But blue cheese, it seems like there's maybe one or two, there's not a lot of choices, and they're all salad dressing, in my humble opinion, is pretty overpriced. So I'm going to make my own blue cheese today. It really is quick, and quite frankly, it's going to be a lot more healthy than anything that you could probably buy at the store. So let's make some blue cheese salad dressing. Okay, I hope you're ready because this is going to go pretty quick. I have here a cup and a half of plain fat-free Greek yogurt and a half a cup of small curd cottage cheese, which, as you've seen before in some of my videos, I'm going to take my handy dandy stick blender and I'm going to turn this just into cream. Okay, that has gotten to be the consistency that I want. And you've seen me do this before, trying to get all of that cottage cheese off of this stick blender. And I really don't know of a more efficient way to do that. I could, I suppose, and I do this with other recipes. I saw a thing on the internet the other day that made a Alfredo sauce that was a cauliflower base that I tried the other night, and it was really good. And so I'll do that one for you here one of these days before too much longer, which of course also has cottage cheese that's been turned into cream or creme fraiche, however you want to look at it. So now we take the now creamed cottage cheese, and I'm going to put that right in there with the yogurt. All goes in like that. I don't know why I had to get into my 60s before I realized that you could put cottage cheese in something and blend it and turn it into essentially a creme fraiche. At least that consistency. Okay, now for some of the other ingredients. This is just salt, pepper, and garlic blend. It comes from a company called Kinder's, and I use it in a lot of things. And I'm going to put some of that in on top of that. I'm going to get 2 tablespoons of cider vinegar, because blue cheese dressing needs to be a little bit on the tangy side. So we'll get a couple of these in there. And then a pretty good squeeze of brown mustard. Take a whisk and get that all combined. Now this would be probably really good salad dressing just as it sits. But I'm just a blue cheese aficionado, or at least a fan, I don't know. But I do like a nice blue cheese. But the other thing is you could take that same basic yogurt and cottage cheese mixture and go get a pack of your favorite ranch dressing mix, throw that in there, and you'd have a healthier ranch dressing than probably most of the things that you can buy in the grocery store. Yeah, that's pretty suitably tangy. But for the pièce de résistance. About all the French I know. This is Gorgonzola blue cheese. And I got it because I wanted to try it with Gorgonzola. So we got some Gorgonzola. I'm just going to put that in on top, however much you like. Come back to my whisk. Actually, you know what? There's a better tool than that for that. I'm just going to get a little spoon that won't get all the cheese mixed up in the tines of the whisk. And we'll get that all mixed in there. And you can see that's a really good consistency. If you wanted to put that out for vegetable dip or put it out with wings if you're doing a barbecue and you've got chicken wings, and blue cheese is always popular as a dip for chicken wings. That'd be really good for that as well. I just put it on salad mostly. But there it is. And I promise you, I mean, I hate when they say on those reels on the internet, you'll never buy blue cheese or whatever it is in the grocery store again. But I think if you try that a couple of times, you may find yourself bypassing the salad dressing aisle more often than not. So give that a try. It's a lot of fun. It's really easy, just that quick, and I think you'll be pretty happy with it. So thanks for watching once again. Glad to have you along, and we'll see you next time.